Go. Here we are. It is the 13th of May, and it's still freezing outside.
Yeah, I believe we're getting warmer weather starting tomorrow.
How are
But
you feeling today? You're a little under the weather, aren't
I'm
you?
a little
I'm
peaked. I'm a
concerned.
little peaked. Well, thank you very
I'm
much. I'm glad you're
concerned
concerned because
about
I
you.
know mostly I get on your nerves
Yes,
and you
but
get on mine, and that's the basis of the
sick.
wonderful relationship
I've
we
got this thing for sickly shut-ins.
have. Now, wait a minute.
I come
But
in
that only
with
goes so
with
far.
plastic Miracle Mart bags full of Habitat pea soup.
Yeah, and just to help me with my arthritis, the cans have been
That's it.
opened,
Yeah.
right?
Miracle Mart has been closed since 1983.
Miracle Mart. My goodness. Yeah, like Kmart. But apparently, tragedy struck last evening. You didn't get a bag of chips you ordered.
Oh no, we order. I guess you've been through this too, the ordering from Metro or IGA, whatever. So no, they
We made
work.
an order to Shoppers Drug Mart
Oh yes,
in the beginning of March.
yeah,
It arrived yesterday,
okay.
and most of the stuff was missing.
It's one of these things, and again, the folks at Metro, and God bless them, they're working really hard. But it's stupid little things like a pound of butter here or a bag of chips there, you know. So
Well, yeah, because
you're
if
waiting with
you're
your drink, and the chips just God damn it! It's 17 days, and they
yeah,
forgot the chips.
I made dip. But it's true. I mean, if you go to an IGA or a Provigo or something and they don't have butter, you go somewhere else. Well, you
Yeah,
can't do that now. And if you have
no,
to wait 3 weeks and there's no
yeah,
pound of butter, oh my God,
yeah.
we should have worse problems. I know,
Oh
but
yes, yes, I
there's a
know.
certain excitement when it
Yep,
arrives, and then you look in
and
and
it's
no
margarine.
melons.
Yeah, that's right.
So
It's
what are you gonna do? You gonna sue them over the
No,
chips?
no, no. It's one of those pounds of margarine used to come with the coloring packet in it.
Oh
They
God, yeah,
yeah.
yes. Ugh. Well, wasn't that a Quebec,
It is.
Ontario
It
fight?
was. I think it still is.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have to make it look like butter, or it
Yes,
has to look different from
it has
butter
to
in
look
Quebec.
more Donald Trumpian than the regular
Yeah,
butter. Yeah.
something DuPont would make.
Oh boy. How did we get onto this? Anyway, it's my fault. I'm just these stupid
No,
little
not at all.
things.
I think we should. I think we should vent every once in a while
Okay.
and tell each other just how
Just how
much we are like them
yeah.
and that we are pissed off
By
all the
stupid
time.
little things.
Little things. Yeah, we're
And
childish. We're
what
mean
can fix
spirited.
that? What can repair that? Yoga.
Yeah.
And let's
I've been
bring
I
in
this is the one I've been looking forward
let's
to the
bring in
most.
Daniel Belliveau.
There's
There he
Daniel
is.
Belliveau. Good morning, Daniel.
He'll
I'm
be
Dave.
she'll be joining us just a moment.
There he is.
How
He's
are you,
connected.
Daniel?
I'm very good. How about yourself?
We're good, buddy. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. We were just ranting and raving
Oh,
about stupid little niggling things, and we thought perhaps yoga could help us relax.
oh, well, yoga always helps.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit, Daniel. I was telling David earlier about your background. Now, how long have you been practicing yoga? Now, you are an accredited teacher and all of that, but how far back does it go?
Yoga, I probably started when I was 22, 23, so 10 years or so.
Wow,
Oh,
you don't
wow.
even look that old.
Thank you so much. I had started doing
Damn it, he's
Pilates
right.
before then.
God damn it. Okay.
Like Pilates, I started
My
doing
wife is a huge
Pilates with,
Pilates fan.
well, yeah, I started doing Pilates with my mom. I must have been 16, 17, my first Pilates class I did, because her first Pilates studio was in 98. And then she opened up her one in St. Eustache Pilates Plus, where I work at now, 16 years ago. So 17 years old, I started doing Pilates. And then I started doing yoga when I was in Vancouver.
And you were in Vancouver, just
Well,
as a
Pilates,
sidebar.
my wife, sorry,
No,
Yvonne,
no,
my
no,
wife,
please
actually,
continue.
my wife, Danielle, small world, knows your brother, Sean.
Okay,
Uh,
there you go.
and anyway, but the other connection is Pilates. She took it up after a cancer incident, and I don't think she's ever been healthier. She loves it. My brother also has suffered from back problems for most of his life. And he says Pilates was a savior. They find it magical. Me, not so much. I'm
Well,
just
it
not an
is.
exercise type.
You not so much. Have you ever
Well,
tried yoga?
Yes.
You have?
I've tried a number of things.
Oh,
Once
did you get
my magic is the sofa.
is the
But
sofa
anyway,
this
my wife does it now by Zoom. She would still like to do it a lot more at the Pilates studio because of the equipment involved. But she says that she's more feels healthier and she feels more
I
pliant.
don't know.
That
My
she
I
has.
do it
internet
every day.
connection's unstable here, guys. I'm just gonna go back into the living room here. Then
Okay.
just gonna switch it up here.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
No problem.
I don't know
So-
why.
Oh yes, he's frozen in time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can just start stretching one before he comes back.
What
There you
about,
go.
joining in again, Daniel?
I just came back into the living room and I just did some upgrades into my
That's
internet
better.
connection
Great.
actually today. There we go.
Excellent.
All right.
So can you see, Daniel, can you see Yvonne looking like an idiot right now?
No. Hey,
No,
wait
no,
a minute.
no.
You're talking to my teacher here. Be careful.
He's going into his triangle pose. You got
That's
to
right.
pull those hips back. You got to
What
pull
is-
that right hip back.
What are the basic differences between Pilates and yoga to begin with?
Differences between Pilates and yoga, basically, I put them in the same bubble because you're working your movement, you're working your breath, and it's all controlled. The thing with yoga, like say, Ivan, you're holding the pose. In
Yes.
yoga, you're going to hold the poses much more,
Okay.
where Pilates is almost always dynamic. The breathing is different. You focus a lot on breathing. In yoga, you only breathe with your nose. You inhale and exhale through the nose. In Pilates, you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Because by exhaling through the mouth in Pilates, you, like Joseph Pilates' philosophy was really blow air out. When you blow your air out through your mouth, it's going to go engage your lower abs naturally. So that's your transabdominis, which is your belt, which will help, David, like you said, that I think was your brother-in-law, you said that helped his back a lot.
Yeah,
Your
my brother,
transabdominis goes all the way around. So Pilates puts a lot of focus on transabdominis, pelvic floor, and all that. Yoga does as well, but less directly. It's a lot more subtle through the exercises, through
In
the
that sense, are they complementary?
That was my
I
next
think so.
question. Yeah.
I
they
think
are,
so,
aren't they?
100%. 100%. Very, very complimentary because Pilates, I find Pilates is more of a workout. Yoga is more of a practice, right? So I train to get better. For me personally, I find I gain more flexibility doing yoga than Pilates.
Oh, really? Okay.
I find with Pilates, I gained a better posture though. I was able to stand up straighter, have my shoulders back, be nice and tall. Where as in yoga, yes, you still want to keep that lengthening, but I find you can address it better in a Pilates class.
That's
'Cause
my
you see,
problem.
Danielle,
Is
that's where Yvonne
posture.
really needs help. He has
Yep.
terrible
get
posture.
the worst by father. Bâti comme une bouteille, like my father used to say. But I do. Now, I've retained, I haven't been in one of your classes in some time now, but I've retained some basic moves that I do every day, sometimes twice a day. Is that too much?
Nope. I've heard that you do it every day as well because, well, you know, I see Judy quite often. So she tells me that you're still doing it like once or twice a day. You're doing your stretches and all that. And the one thing that you want to make sure for somebody like yourself is to lengthen your spine, is to get out of here. Anytime you stretch, don't think about getting to your toes. Don't think about going anywhere. Think about lengthen your spine. That's where you want to go.
Most of us actually have, if we don't do some workout of some kind, Daniel, most of us do have bad posture, don't we?
It's the way
stand up.
society is.
Don't sit prop. Yeah.
It's the way society is. Within the last week, I've spent the most time in front of a computer with this new project that we're launching. And I can just feel like I have to get up and I got to stretch my neck. I got to stretch my upper back and really get out of this leaning posture because we're sitting in a chair over a computer like this all day. Then after that, you're going your car stuck in well, there's not much traffic nowadays with COVID-19, but most of the time, a lot of people are stuck in traffic in their car, hunched forward. I had
And
terrible
that's
posture when
stressful.
yeah, I didn't have that great of posture when I moved back to Montreal 4.5 years ago, because in Vancouver, I was a chef for 10 years.
That's what I was mentioning.
So
Uh,
those counters are low. So I was always hunched over a counter for
yeah. Bad
12
work too.
hours
You
a
must
day,
have had
right?
really bad back problems. Yeah.
Oh, my back was shot. Working on ceramic floors all the time. Like I had really good shoes. I had Birkenstock clogs, which are the best chef shoes you can get. But you go through a pair every 6 months. Like
Every 6
like
months.
you have to. It like they can last longer, but your
Yeah.
feet will start getting sore, your back will start getting more sore. So you might as well just say, okay, I'm gonna spend $200 every 6 months. I'm spending 60 to 80 hours a week in these shoes. It's a small price to pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now there are different
Now,
types of yoga.
what was the beauty boy doing there? What were you doing before?
My
Well,
stretches.
well,
Oh,
well, Daniel and I were talking. You were
okay. Well, this there are names for these, and again, I'm not doing them quite properly. But
Well,
what's
no, you're going into your triangle here with your
triangle? Triangle.
front leg is straight, and then you
Yes.
got a triangle. You do your triangle with your torso, your arm, and your leg. Creates a
Right.
triangle.
Correct.
So then when you
Yes.
fold forward, there you go. See, so there's a triangle. His ribs, his leg, and his arm create a triangle. Therefore, triangle pose.
And then what is this one here?
Pyramid pose.
Pyramid pose. This one is really good.
And then pull your shoulder blades together. Yeah, there we go.
we
Lengthen.
go.
Think you want to reach the crown of your head to the wall in front of you.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
so. Is this all limbering, Daniel?
It
Yeah,
is
that's
for me.
Limber up.
Yeah, it's great to stretch out and just hold a posture 5 to 10 breaths, and like it just, you're going to feel good after.
How much is Yvan pulling from his shoulders? I mean, do you really have to pull, or you?
Oh
just,
yeah, you want to lengthen. It's all about tonifying, right? So you want to tone yourself. Like a lot of people will say Pilates and yoga won't make your muscles bigger. They're going to make them more toned. So you're going to be stronger without getting
Well,
that
I'll take that
body
at my
mass.
stage. Yeah.
There are different types. There's hot yoga. I don't know what the difference is. Hot yoga and semi-tepid yoga and
There's tons and tons and tons of different types of yoga. Basically, it all comes down from Hatha yoga, which is the yoga that we know in North America. And then there's tons of derivatives. Like what we used to do, Yvan, is Ashtanga yoga.
Ashtanga.
So the 8 limbs of yoga. So there's different philosophies. In a class like I teach, I rarely talk about all those philosophies. I kind of bring them in very subtly. There's Iyengar yoga, which is very, very similar. Okay, so those two, the founder of Ashtanga yoga, his name was Patabi Joyce, and the founder of Iyengar was BKS Iyengar. They both study with, his name was Krishnamacharya, which started the yoga that we know today in India. The yoga that we know today is the postures, right? Like that wasn't yoga before that. Like it was late 1800s about that. He started really, okay, let's do postures. And he started this for 14-year-old boys. Like, so we got to really think of what is our practice good for? Like, what are we doing? Like in India, even like there's a closing sequence part of Ashtanga that you spend about 20 to 25 breaths on your shoulders with your legs up. Nowadays, would I really do something like that? Like if you look at Ivan's posture, you want me to put him upside down on his shoulders that are already rounded?
Oh yeah.
My goal is to get people out of that.
Oh,
right?
you want to
So-
see that, don't you? He'd like to
Yeah.
see that, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, no, but it's just, you could probably do it. You could probably do it too, no problem, right? It's not that
Yeah,
difficult to do it. It's difficult to do it right.
Well, you talked about, a lot of this for 14-year-old boys. What about a couple of 65 to 70-year-old men? I mean, do we do things slightly? Well, we obviously must.
I
because their
teach it
bodies
differently
change.
than what it was. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of postures that I don't find are worth it. Like it's changed a lot through the years, like everything. The same way Pilates has changed for years. Like you look at Pilates videos that Joseph Pilates is teaching, he would get sued today. Like he's there and just cranking the woman's head, like stretching and pushing and like that would not happen nowadays.
Yeah.
So obviously we adapt everything to our clients, and that's what's beautiful about our studio in St. Eustache is that we only have small groups, right? It's never more than 10 people per group. So I can modify for each of those 10 people. So that's like the nice part about it.
Let's talk about practical things. Obviously, the pandemic has proven to be a bane for your business.
Yep.
You've had to adjust. You're teaching online. Are you working on, may I presume the project you're working on is more online than it is
100% more online.
I figured, okay.
So basically, as soon as we said that we're closed, I spoke to my mother and my brother. All three of us are in business together. Well, my mother owns the studio in St. Eustache, and now we decided, okay, every morning at 9 o'clock on our Facebook page, we're going to do a 30-minute live class. All our teachers jumped in, so it's each a different teacher every day. We save it on our page, so it's always there. And then my mother, my brother, and myself, we started talking, and we're like, why don't we launch a platform, online platform, totally different, separate from this, start a new company. So we called it Pilates Plus Online for now. And last week we stopped filming. So we rented camera, lighting, a good microphone, and set up our studio. So we filmed over 200 episodes in 2.5 weeks.
Holy mackerel. That's intense.
Yeah, that was very, very intense. My body was very happy when it had given that break, because if you're filming the episode, you're doing the whole class as well, right? So we have everywhere from 30-minute Pilates classes, yoga classes. We did some 20-minute classes. Grace, my mother, she did some 10 to 15-minute meditations. We did some stretch classes, and we also did some Tabatas, which a Tabata is basically a 4-minute cardio of intervals. So you do 20 minutes, 20 seconds really intense, 10-second break, 20 seconds really intense, 10-second break. And that's been proven, scientifically proven, that 4 minutes is good as 45 minutes of jogging.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
But you don't feel good after that 4 minutes.
Your ankles and feet. I mean, joggers always have skin, flints and things like that, bones that get broken.
Yeah, so that's a huge project. And the really cool thing about this project is it's fully bilingual. So everything that we filmed in French, we filmed it in English as well. So we're the first platform that can offer both languages.
That's great.
And this is going to be pay-per-view, I presume. It's going to be, yes.
So
pay the rent somehow.
Yeah, what we're going to do is it's going to be $19.99 a month. Or if you want to book for the full year, it's going to be $199 a month. So you get 2 months free.
Okay. $199 a year.
$199 a year. Yeah, sorry.
Yes,
$199 a year.
Yep.
So you get 2 months free.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a meeting this afternoon to actually figure out which date we're going to launch.
Okay.
And the date we're going to launch, we're going to do a big 48-hour discount. You sign up for the year, 48 hours. It's going to be $149.99. So $50 off that.
I'm going to get that for your birthday, Dave.
Well, no, I'm going to discuss this with my wife. I mean, Betsy's looking for Pilates classes. She's got a Pilates, but she's always searching for stuff.
This would
What's
be
the website again?
It's going to be called PilatesPlusOnline.com. It hasn't launched yet. If you follow us on Facebook, it's Centre de Santé Holistique Pilates et Plus is the name of our Facebook page.
Okay. I'll put all these links up in the description.
Yeah, perfect. So that'll be there. We do have an Instagram page as well that I'm starting to build, and I'm starting to build a YouTube channel as well, because if you want to have an online business, got to be everywhere online. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
Yeah. So meantime, you're still paying rent and you're heating the 2 locations, and you're having to.
Well, the studio in St. Eustache, right? I'm self-employed, so I pay rent per class. Grace and her husband Dan, they own the 2 buildings.
Okay.
So they're still okay to still pay the rent there. I'm not paying the rent there, but I'm not making any money. Thank God the government is helping us out.
Right.
Which I don't have kids. Me and my fiance were financially stable. So we're okay with this $2,000 a month each. We have savings. Worst case scenario, we dip into our savings. Yeah. But it'll all come back, right? It's a pause in life, which is a lot longer than I think most of us expected.
Yeah.
But that's that.
Physically, I mean, if Yvonne does it twice a day, those I don't know what they are, 20 minutes or whatever they are, Yvonne. I'm talking about stress as well. Stress is a big one I want to deal with. I know that they are all there's a symbiosis there, but what does it do to your stress level and to make you a calmer, nicer
Well,
person?
just to get back quickly to what Daniel was saying, I have to get away from this desk every 20 to 30 minutes. Absolutely. So
That
part of
often.
what I do is just to get up, and it may look silly, but it's kept me sane all this time.
Oh, 100%. Like, your stress is all related to what you do, right? So the reason why I started yoga is because I was a chef, and I was the executive sous chef of, like, I made it all the way up to executive sous chef of one of the biggest seafood restaurants in Vancouver called Co's, where I had about 50 cooks working underneath me. I had to manage all that. I would serve 1,000 clients a night. I worked in another restaurant, Scratch Kitchen, working 78 hours a week. So I needed an hour. Like, I would go 3 times a week, probably. I went to yoga, but that was an hour for me, that I don't think about anything. I don't have my cell phone, no technology around me. And I'm taking an hour for myself in my day. And just that, you're going to start off that day much calmer, much less stressful, and you can kind of go with it. And you're going to feel way more energized as well. Like, it's going to be good for your energy, for your stress level. In this type of situation, the only thing that's getting us through the situation is training. Is the fact that we go and move, get outside, go for walks. Okay, take half hour, do half hour yoga, half hour Pilates. Even if it's half hour a day, that's enough. Like, that's
Yep.
going to maintain and just help you.
That's what I
about
found
sleep?
the briefest period. You don't have to do an hour. It's 5-10 minutes here, 15 minutes
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
exactly. You do what you
about
can.
sleep? Daniel, what about sleep? How does it help? I mean, if you're
Well,
working
it helps your
70
stress, so it's going to help your sleep.
right, right.
So, like, it's
Both.
everything's related, right? Like, if you're stressed out, you're going to be all bundled up, your shoulders up at your dinner table. Then you're going to go and watch TV like this. You're going to go to bed. You're going to be up here as well, right? So,
Yeah.
and like, that's one of the things too, like, just the shoulders, having your shoulders down is one thing that we say. It's like, I always laugh at it in my group classes, like, half my job is to tell you to breathe and to lower your shoulders.
Lower
That's
your
half my job,
shoulders. Yeah.
because we're all up here. And I
'Cause
noticed
Oh
one of
God,
the
yeah.
places, one of the
Yeah.
last places that I noticed I still had my shoulders up is when I was eating. I would eat any food I would eat. I'd be just so tense while I was eating. And it's like, calm down, relax, take the time to eat your food. Put your technology aside. Take the time to eat your food, which is hard.
No, you're right. Because you do it without thinking it. It
Yeah.
becomes reflexive, doesn't it? Yeah.
Thank you, Sensei.
That was great. It was nice to meet you, Daniel. Say
Oh,
hi to your brother for me.
Yeah.
From Betsy.
Regards
He'll
to
know.
Sean and Grace,
most definitely.
and keep us surprised. I'll send me links and stuff as the evolution of the new project comes along, and I'll post all of that. And
Perfect.
we're going to be signing on for sure around here because
Sounds good.
we're
Yep.
in
I'll be
it.
sending everything out, and I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of people. And even on the online platform, there are some Pilates classes with equipment. So Swiss ball, small elastic bands, large elastic bands, fitness circle. You're going to be able to order that directly online. I'm going to ship it to you
Okay, so you're going
directly.
whole hog here. You're going
All the way.
Okay,
All
I
the
got
way.
that. Very
I'm
good.
going to pick up all the equipment today, and my boxes should get delivered tomorrow, and I'm just going to build the boxes.
David,
Bon
you're,
courage, Daniel.
yep.
Well, thank you very much, David.
Thanks, buddy.
You're very welcome.
We'll talk to you soon, and we'll keep
Bye now.
abreast of developments.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Salut.
Bye.
Okay. Have I got you converted to ashwagandha or
All
whatever the
kidding
hell it
aside,
is?
I think it would. When we started talking about, I mean, it's self-evident, and you and I have talked about it, and I've known it for years too, is that yoga and Pilates help with stress levels as well.
Yep,
Because
yep.
if you're physically more relaxed, obviously the rest follows because it's all interconnected. Because that's what I like to deal with, and I think a lot of us are really dealing with as well. You know, they say being cooped up and not getting exercise is bad for your stress levels, so it's obvious. Yeah.
And again, it might look silly, but I do it right here. I have a little mat, and I put my background back, and I do it right in front of my desk. I don't need to kind of go elsewhere. It might even be better for the brain if I do it elsewhere in the house, but I do it right here. I do whatever I need to do, and then get back to work.
And you're doing what? As little as
10 minutes,
10 minutes?
maybe 10 minutes tops, while I'm maybe watching something or listening to something or even chatting with somebody on an audio teleconference or something. They don't know what I'm doing in the background, but I'm doing my stretching. And
Okay. Right. Well, Betsy gets a Zoom thing on her laptop in the living room and does that. Then she does breathing exercises as well. And have you got a fly in the room?
No, no, it's because I'm right under Madame's bathroom here, so I just thought.
I don't want to
No.
say anything.
No, if you turn up the audio right about when I lifted my head, it sounds like, here it sounds like Niagara Falls, but
Where's the New York Times?
anyway, I hope you feel
That was
better
fun.
soon. That was a lot of fun. Daniel is a real sweetheart, and if you sign up,
Sean is exactly the same way.
Sean, who's his brother, is a physiotherapist and
Yes. Big on diet.
and also a consultant. And I went to Sean. His name is Sean Belliveau. I went to see him, I think perhaps 2 or 3 years ago, for a sore knee, and it was like magic. It was quite something.
Betsy felt the same way.
So
Yeah.
anyway, you'll see all the links up and everything. And I hope you're feeling better soon.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow,
I hope I am too.
Susie Arioli.
Oh, good. Maybe she'll sing for us.
Maybe she will. She's, I haven't seen Susie in, I can't remember how many years now. It's been a long time.
Adorable. Wonderful.
She's-
There's a Blossom Dearie
There is.
aspect to her voice. It's really very cute, but kind of sexy too.
Yeah, and I was exchanging messages with her a few weeks ago, asking her if she wanted to join us, and it was like, it came right back, hell yeah, as if she was bored out of her mind, So
Yeah, she's full of piss and vinegar, that little Ontario
is.
girl.
she is. She's quite the pistol. Anyway, we'll talk to Susie tomorrow. Stay well.
You've upped the game. You've got headsets.
No, because I wanted to get the extra wire
Oh,
here
okay.
so I could do
Okay.
my.
Because these things are so cheap. I think I got them for about $8, and
Yeah.
now one of them doesn't
I
work.
think I like
One-
these better because I can hear the toilet flushing now, and I can hear.
What a bonus!
What's the old line? Did you get exercise today? Yes, I raised my expectations.
Yeah, well, wait until she starts scouring the bowl. Then you're really gonna have.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I think we're done.
Oh yeah,